On Global News Express, the Senate Public Accounts Committee expresses concern. Now Fund declares 22 more state-owned institutions for student loan. In business, NNPCL postpones Port Harcourt refinery kickoff sixth time. Federal government buys 70 CNG buses from local manufacturers. In sports, Gara Gombe wants Eno against sports politics. Sociedad wants 20 million euro for Sadiq. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to the Global News Express, coming to you live from the nation Abuja. I'm Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365. The Nigeria Education Loan Fund has announced that students from the following 22 state-owned tertiary institutions can now apply for loans on its portal. This followed a review by the committee responsible for the student verification system. Prior to this, 86 state-owned institutions were cleared, bringing a total of 108 institutions whose students are now able to apply. The challenge of insecurity and fragile borders have been identified as factors bedeviling trade in West Africa and Central Africa. The Comptroller General of Nigeria Customs Service, NCS, Adewale Adeniyi, made this known in Abuja while handing over the new Vice Chair of the World Customs Organization, West and Central Africa region. Sharon Ajay has details.
Comptroller General of Customs Adewale Adeniyi, who served as the immediate past vice chair of the organization, called for stronger collaboration and partnership between the 24 customs administration within the region. He also tasked the newly elected vice chair to ensure the immediate mobilization of resources to fund the activities of the organization.
All our customs administrations are challenged by issues of fragile borders and insecurity. So we are faced with the challenge of working with other security agencies to ensure our national security. I hand over this baton to the incoming vice chair. I want to charge you to continue to take measures that would pull all our customs administrations together.
The new vice chair, who doubles as the DG Mali Customs, Amadou Cornet, who spoke in French, commends his predecessor for all his efforts while pledging to build on the gains so far achieved. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
To do something, especially of the northern region. Sule, who was addressing agitations about the failure of state governments to account for large allocations received from the federal government, assured Nigerians that governors are working with the funds provided. He argued state and federal government revenues had improved under the President Tinubu-led administration, while commending the president for allowing the sharing of the funds to the state and the federal capital territory. The ruling All Progressives Congress has kicked against the removal of the Tony Okocha-led caretaker committee, saying the Rivers State Court lacks the power to take such action. The warning comes a few hours after a Rivers State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt nullified the sacking of the Emeka Beke-led executive of the APC in Rivers State. The court, presided over by Justice Sika Aprioku, ruled that the National Working Committee of the party erred in dissolving the elected executives led by Emeka Beke. The judge stated that the APC National Working Committee does not have the power to dissolve an elected executive of a state, nor can set up a caretaker committee when the tenure of the elected executive is still running. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has threatened to embark on a nationwide strike if the abducted colleague, Dr. Ganiat Pupola, is not released by August 26. The president of NARD, Dr. Dele Abdullahi, made this declaration at a press briefing in Abuja, stating that the association has lost patience with the government's inaction over the abduction. Following notification of the incident, the association has notified all security agencies through official written communication requesting immediate action towards the prompt rescue and release of their incarcerated colleague. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs says Nigerian government has signed no fewer than 26 memoranda of understanding with foreign countries and agencies in the last 12 months. The MOUs are in the areas of infrastructure, education, trade and investment, tourism, security, information technology, culture, energy and gas, and sports. The MOUs are valued at over 4.2 trillion naira. The total amount could be higher as the worth of many of the agreements was not specified in the document obtained from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Enugu State Police Command has arrested and charged a suspect, Aliyu Saad, with stealing a streetlight pole in the new artisan area of Enugu. This was revealed in a statement signed by the Enugu State Police Public Relations Officer, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Daniel Undukwe. Saad was apprehended by operatives from the New Haven Division following a tip-off about the criminal activity. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has donated the sum of 50 billion naira to support the Nigerian Education Loan Fund. This was disclosed by the Anti-Graft Agency when the fund's Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer Akintunde Sawyer led its management team on a courtesy visit to the EFCC headquarters in Abuja. Sawyer noted that the fund, an initiative of the President Bola Tinubu-led administration, is designed to provide funding for the education of indigent students. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps in Jigawa State says it recovered the remains of 2 men from a pond in Benin-Kudu local government area of the state. The command's public relations officer, Badaruddin Tijani, made this known in a statement issued in Dutse, the state capital of Jigawa State. Tijani says the deceased, identified as Abubakar Alhaji, who is 20, and Abubakar Abdullahi, 25, drowned while crossing the pond on their way to a market in Waza village. The Nigerian Army says its troops have, in a series of coordinated counter-insurgency operations, neutralized 5 terrorists, while 44 others surrendered to the troops in Borno. It says the troops also recovered bombs, arms, ammunition, and rustled cattle, as well as apprehended some criminal suspects during the operations. The troops conducted a raid operation on an Islamic West Africa province ISWAP terrorist enclave in the Bama local government area of Borno State. A Libyan driver was arrested in the Bishir area of Libya for attempting to smuggle 6 undocumented female migrants from Nigeria. The arrest was made during a routine police patrol which intercepted the vehicle and detained the driver. According to Migrant Rescue Watch, an organization that monitors migrant activities, the driver claimed that the women were his family members in an effort to evade arrest. However, authorities saw through the ruse and took the driver and woman into custody. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, says Nigeria Police has apprehended vandals in a blue pickup van loaded with tar members and cables. This was made known in a statement by the General Manager of Public Affairs at TCN, Ndidi Mba. Mba says the items were allegedly stolen from transmission towers along the Damboa Maiduguri 132 kilovolt line. You're watching the Global News Express, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the News Express returns, there will be more stories. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. If you just joined us, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the News Express. In business, the federal government has traced at least 83 billion naira in cryptocurrency and fiat money channeled towards the recent nationwide protest. They include $50 million of cryptocurrency and $38 million of which were blocked in 4 cryptocurrency wallets and 4 billion naira contributed by various political actors in Abuja, Kano, Kaduna, and Katsina. This is part of presentation by the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu at the inaugural meeting of the Council of State convened by President Bola Tinubu at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. The federal government has taken delivery of 70 hybrid jet mover buses from Jet Motor Company in a bid to enhance the country's transportation sector. The Nigerian automobile manufacturer made this disclosure in a statement. The buses, which operate on compressed natural gas and premium motor spirit, are expected to provide affordable and comfortable transportation for Nigerians. The Port Harcourt Refining Company, a refinery under the management of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited in Rivers State, has again failed to commence operations after about 6 postponements. It was observed that the promises made to Nigerians by the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources, NNPC, about the refinery have continued to witness multiple failures. In July, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the NNPC, Mele Kyari, stated categorically that the refinery would come into operation in early August. On the foreign scene, British annual inflation rose back above the Bank of England's targets in July. The Consumer Prices Index rose 2.2% last month, compared with a 2.0% gain in June. The Office for National Statistics, in a statement, made this known. It means overall prices are rising faster than the Bank of England's 2% target, although an increase was widely predicted. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida says he will step aside next month, ending a 3-year term plagued by low popularity ratings and a spluttering economy. The ruling Liberal Democratic Party, which has governed almost uninterrupted for decades, is due to hold a leadership contest next month, with the winner to become Prime Minister. Kishida says he will not seek re-election as party chief. In sports, former chairman of the Gombe Football Association, Shuaibu Ahmed Gara Gombe, has warned the Minister of Sports Development, John Eno, from interfering in the elections of the various sports federations. The fiery sports critic spoke against the backdrop of the minister threatening to rid the federations of officials who are not adding any value to sports development following the country's abysmal outing at the 2024 Olympic Games concluded in Paris, France. Whilst frowning on the wastage of the 9 billion naira budget, Gara reasoned that the minister's plan could attract the wrath of the various international bodies which the federations are affiliated to. He wants the minister not to interfere in the electoral process, but ensure key positions are filled by the right people. The Premier League has announced a significant change to VAR ahead of the 2024-25 season. VAR has been in place in the English top flight since the 2019-2020 campaign, and there have been some controversial incidents in the ensuing period. Last season, Nottingham Forest criticized VAR on X after decisions went against them during a game against Everton. However, the Premier League is now taking steps as they attempt to address those issues following the announcement. The change has been met by a mixed response from fans. The Premier League has launched a new account on X which will provide near-live explanations of refereeing decisions. Sadiq Umar's time with La Liga outfit Real Sociedad may be coming to an end after a Spanish publication confirmed that the club is ready to sell the striker, setting a €20 million euro asking price. Earlier in May, the striker requested to leave Sociedad following another turbulent season with the Basque club. It's been a difficult 2-year spell for the Super Eagles striker since joining the club from Almeria during the 2022 summer for 20 million euros. As we end the Global News Express, let's take a look at some of our top stories. The Senate's Public Accounts Committee expresses concern. NELFund clears 22 more state-owned institutions for student loan. In business, NNPCL postpones Port Harcourt refinery kickoff 6th time. Federal government buys 70 CNG buses from local manufacturer. In sports, Gara Gombe wants ENO against sports politics. Sociedad wants 20 million euros for Sadiq. That's it on the News Express, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching.